Up next on End of the Day Beer Review, going to be talking about the 2023 Bourbon County Haul, what I was able to get on Black Friday here in New York. Check it out. Hi everybody, it's Rich and welcome to End of the Day Beer Review. If you're new here, welcome. If you like what you see, please hit that like, subscribe button. What I'm going to be doing, Kevin and I went over the Bourbon County base and two of the variants that we were able to get a little bit earlier. Today I went out as an informed shopper after trying those, and I was able to pick up a bunch of the 2023 Bourbon Counties that were available. So I'm just going to go through what I was able to get, and I have to admit that it's a little easier to get most of the Bourbon Counties here in New York. It's not a matter of lining up, it's not a matter of any of that, at least where I am in New York. Pretty much just walked in, couple different places, was able to pick up what I wanted. So the first thing on my list, because I thought the base was fantastic, I always buy a case. It is pricey, but I find that the stuff does age well, and I have never been disappointed having too much of the Bourbon County base, except maybe in 2019, but you know, that was not my favorite year. Next thing I was able to pick up, a couple of the Banana Foster Stouts. Now, I like these. I didn't think they were stellar. I thought they were very good. In fact, for the price point, I think the base was probably a better deal. But I do want to see how these will age, and I do want to see what other people think of them as we go through. So that was the next thing I picked up, and that's really what I was going to get of the stuff that I had tried. I was not a fan of the Backyard Stout, so while it was all over the place by me, I did not buy even one bottle because I didn't like it fresh, and generally speaking, I just don't care for them when they're aged if I didn't like the original. So, you know, that's sort of the way that it goes. Now, I was also able to get the Bourbon County Angel's Envy, and let me just throw my glasses on here. So this is aged 2 years, 1 year in Angel's Envy and then another year in Ruby Port Barrels. I was very interested in this, and I was able to get two, so I can try one out for a review, and then one I'm going to, and the review is going to be special. This review is not coming very soon. This is going to be something that, you know, figure in the next month or so when I have people over, sit down with a few folks, try it out. Very excited about that. I was also able to get a couple of the Eagle Rare. Again, one to try, one to cellar. I have not tried these yet, but you know, I tend to find that the 2 years are so good that it's okay to just buy them without actually tasting them. I haven't really come across one of the packaged Bourbon Counties where it's been a miss, so I took the risk on it. Now, what was nice is that I also found some surprises, and I see one of my favorite stouts of all time was last year's Sir Isaac Stout, and I was able to pick up a few of the Sir Isaac Stouts as well, and you know, I really wanted them, and I think they had 4, and I picked up 4, which, you know, as far as I'm concerned, this was one of the best stouts I've ever had, so I had to get it. Another thing they had that I was able to pick up a few of, the Cola from last year. You know, this might tie the 2018 Vanilla as my all-time favorite Bourbon County. So if I see it, I buy it. Was able to get a few of those. They also had a couple of surprises. 2018, which in our blind tasting, we found out we thought these were the best. Now, I will say that the label is a little damaged, but I'm not trying to resell any of these. I am just using these for home when I have company. So I was able to get 2 of the 2018 base stouts, which have aged beautifully. If you see any out there in the wild, I would definitely pick them up. I was also able to get 2 really rare ones. I didn't even know these existed. This is the Bourbon County, it says stout aged in bourbon barrels with blueberry juice and almond extract. You know, it's called the Goose Island Bourbon County brand Northwood Stout. In 2017, I wasn't really as deep into the Goose Island world as I am now. So it wasn't really something I was looking for. In fact, I wasn't looking for variants at all at that point because the variants were not really around my area. Now they're all over the place, so I found 2 of these. I have never tried them, but I put the light up to them. They look like they're in good shape, and there will definitely be a review of these 2 coming relatively soon. Well, one of the 2. The other one, we'll see how it goes. Last but not least, I was able to find a 2020 Caramello. So this I just reviewed the other day, and I'm very happy to say that I was able to replace the bottle that I used in the review. So this is a 2020 wheat wine, and it tastes like an apple pie. It is outstanding. If you get a chance, I definitely recommend that you check it out. So I will say, I feel like this year's Bourbon County Black Friday, while being really sort of expensive, turned out to be a very successful run. And I was able to get everything I want except the proprietors, which I have never gotten the proprietors because I'm just not going past, primary market prices on this stuff. And honestly, like, the prop always seems a little more experimental than I'm ready to go with. So, I really don't feel like I miss out on all that much. I mean, last year's prop sounded good. This year, it sounds like somebody said it was sort of like white rice pudding. That's not my jam, so I didn't mind missing out on it. Anyway, folks, that's the update. I hope you enjoyed the Bourbon County run that Kevin and I put up, and there will be more in the near future. I am an enormous Bourbon County Stout fan. I know I've been reading online a lot of people lamenting the fact that they were harder to get and, the nostalgia for waiting online. I have to tell you the truth, I am thrilled at how much more accessible the Bourbon counties have gotten. And quite frankly, I haven't seen any sort of massive drop-off on quality with the increased production. I have to tell you, I think 2022 was an outstanding year. I was not thrilled with 2019. That was the last time I got one that I just thought was a little rough. I still think it's the worst one I've had in the last 5 or 6 years. Personally, I think the 2018 is awesome. The 2017 is great. I even have a couple 2016s back there. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed the content, and if you did, hit that like button, subscribe. I'm going to do a full inventory of my Bourbon County collection, which I may or may not put up on the channel, but it's something I wanted to do because I want to go through, and this is the time of year when I really need to do inventory, see what I have so I don't overbuy, although some people would say this is completely overbuying, and to make sure that if I do see something that I haven't run into before, I know to pick it up. Anyway, folks, have a good day, and I will see you next time, hopefully with a drink in hand. Cheers.